Down here at Portland Basin in Ashton today, I'm going to interview Luke Heaton. Luke's 24. He works in the local tackle shop, Paul Het's. Luke lives with ADHD and Asperger's. I never actually knew this until it was brought to my attention. He's an absolute star. His knowledge of fishing is like next to none. So let's go and speak to Luke and hopefully catch some fish as well. So how long have I known you, mate?
For about 15 months now, Dave.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Coming into the shop.
Yeah, it's just after I'd set up tackling mines, and yeah, I came into Paulette's. You were working, I just remember you as super friendly, approachable.
Oh mate, always happy to help.
Always happy to help, mate, you know.
It's
you know
fishing,
me, you know my knowledge, it's not the greatest, and every time I've been in, you've always helped me out, directed me what we need. Or
oh yeah, you see, I wouldn't have been able to tell that though, from you coming in the shop.
Oh, I'm a good blagger, me, mate.
Hey.
No, you know your stuff. You clearly know your stuff, mate.
I love it, mate.
It's awesome, that.
Keeps you busy.
It does, but I mean, well, it was, how long ago was it now? It was probably just over a month or two ago. And as usual, I went in the shop, asking where Luke is, and Warren, who owns the shop, said he's not in, he's taking some time off, ill. So it wasn't my place to delve and ask, you know, what was up with you or anything. And I remember leaving the shop pretty gutted, just like, bloody hell, I hope he's all right. He couldn't, at the time I didn't know, and you know, I was sort of, it could have been anything. So just by chance, I got to know your dad he's done some of our embroidery for us, and he said my lad works in the tackle shop down the road, and it's like, Luke, he's like, yeah, no way. He said, yeah, I speak to Luke bloody every week, and we always been trying to arrange to go fishing for ages as well.
Yep.
Anyway, it was your dad said you'd not been feeling too well, and it was your dad who mentioned that you have ADHD and Asperger's. Again, you know, something that was that a bite then?
It was, yeah.
Was it? There's us busy
going
chatting.
For a while. It looked like it was stuck on the bottom, and it was not.
So your dad explaining like your conditions, and I was quite taken back because I didn't know you suffered from anything like that. You know, it's something we'd never spoken about, and obviously
you wouldn't be able to tell.
You can't tell looking at you, like
even if I was having a bad day in that shop, you wouldn't have been able to tell.
No, exactly, and especially you're a chirpy lad as well, and you're friendly. So, but yeah, I was well shocked with that. So I dropped you a message then, didn't I?
Yes.
And said, you know, just, how are you, mate? And you know, if you need someone to chat to,
that's it.
Or even better, if you want to get out fishing,
that's it. And you knew I was keen to get involved then.
And anyway, so we finally got around to getting out on the bank. You took me picked you up. You took me to your pike fishing spot.
I did.
And we had a proper good conversation, just being open and honest about your issues, how it affects you on a daily basis, how it benefits your fishing.
Yep.
So go on, do you want to just tell us do you want to just tell us a bit about basically like how long you had ADHD and Asperger's?
Obviously all my life I've been portrayed as fussy eater, hyperactive, talks too much, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was a bit geeky, a bit nerdy, and I really loved things that I loved. Fishing and animals was one of them. Quality. You know, I've got an obsession with the natural world and with water. Probably from about the age of 3 I was going fishing with my granddad, so I'd known since then. But then as you start to become an adult and you start to get problems with work and relationships and friends and you start to get money problems and things like that in life, you start to realise, and then I think I got diagnosed when I was 19. 19, okay. Yeah, so it was quite a late diagnosis. And since then, I'd say I was happy-go-lucky at 19. I had my car, I was going fishing all the time. Yeah. Since then, obviously 24 now, I've had a relationship and I've had all things like that in life. I've had a car breakdown, and you know, you get kicked in the balls a bit in life. But you know, it's just learning to deal with those, not letting them get to you too much. And definitely fishing has helped me, and being who I am and how I am definitely has helped me with fishing, because it's part of me. It's like a religion, it's a goal, it's something to always look forward to. if I can't be motivated, you've just got to get motivated. You just got to get yourself out there, like even on a day like today, and you think, oh, it's cold, it's bitter, but next thing you know, you're concentrating on that float, you're concentrating on getting it past that boat and past that bush, and you're really trying your hardest, you know, to make a bite happen. And you, just so you can show your mates, look at this that I caught, and you can have a bit of a buzz about a fish.
Yeah,
and I do find that quite cool, you know, catching these wild animals. And
so just rewinding, we'll carry on with like your fishing knowledge, and we'll get back into that. But so when you was diagnosed at 19, how did you feel? Did it answer any? It
answered a lot of questions.
Answered a lot of questions. What I'm going to say,
yeah. It made me think. Thank God, you know, I'm not feeling this way because I'm, you know, I'd always known I'm not normal, but now it's like, oh, I'm not normal in a good way.
Yeah,
like, definitely. At least I know who I am, and when I'm at home and I'm being like a bit OCD or I'm being a bit stressed out or whatever, I know that's me. That's who I am. You know what I mean? It doesn't get me now.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think have the same thought process as a normal person, and for some things that's bad, and for some things that's good. Yeah. You know, I'd say I'm quite chilled out and focused. I think I'm getting a take here. Can't quite tell. It looks like that's on, but it could be on the bottom.
Are you on the bottom?
Might have been. Yeah, it was the bottom.
But yeah, so when we first got out on our session just a few weeks back, I was telling you about my mental health and how my psychiatrist had said it's likely that I've got ADHD myself, without the hyperactivity, which is ADD. And I'm now going through the process of having assessments, but talking to you, and you know, you're opening my mind up to like how it is, and it's sort of things just like the more I research it, the more questions I ask, the more it makes sense. And what you were saying earlier is to be able to get them answers, and you know, not actually have an answer what's going on. I think that
you sometimes
I can relate
find
to that.
Like you're supposed to be doing something, you end up doing something completely different. You're going out to put the clothes in the washer and you end up tidying the garage or doing something crazy. That's a massive. Do you notice
these little traits you have?
I do now.
What type of things do you find yourself doing?
I do massively get distracted. I can spend hours doing something when I was supposed to be doing another thing. Like started doing something and end up doing something else. Or completely the opposite. Wanting stimulation all the time. Wanting to play a game, wanting to go fishing, and the moments in between being very, very bored. You know, like it is a case of always wanting stimulation in your brain and to keep busy and active.
Is that the ADHD side
most definitely,
of it?
And I say the Asperger's is sort of very calm and not ever wanting stress. Like, you know, never want stress. I'm always So you know, it's through speaking to you. Through speaking to you, I was like, I did need educating when it comes to like Asperger's, which is obviously now I know is on the spectrum of autism, isn't it? So it's something that I would have known, and again, you wouldn't have been able to tell. Not like you would anyway. No, can you? I'd say speak to some of my friends, and I'd say, you know, nearly everybody's on the scale somehow and somewhere.
I agree. I think it's awesome though, mate, that you're so open about it, and you know, we get on, and I can see how it don't. To me, I don't see it as how it affects you, because in your workplace, when I do see you, how you come across, you're just a smashing lad, mate.
I love it, mate. That's it. You carry on and you stay happy, don't you? You try. So it's like a superpower, isn't it?
So, like, again, my lack of education when it comes to the Asperger's side, it was like, it must be like good in numbers, or, you know, that's how stupid enough to say.
No,
you know,
it is. I would say, from my point of view, and from other people that I've read about and heard about, most definitely. Your brain just loves absorbing knowledge.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Absolutely loves it. Since I was a 3-year-old, I was asking why, why, all the time. I could spell paleontologist at age 3. Do you know what I mean? And all my mum's friends would be fascinated. Can you spell paleontologist? Yeah. Can you spell Parasaurolophus? Yeah, I can. Can you spell Velociraptor? Yeah. Obsessed with dinosaurs and animals and frogs and lizards and crocodiles and everything.
And you knew then it was something.
My family always knew it was clever.
They put it down to being clever?
They wanted me to go to Hull and do marine biology.
Right, okay.
Yeah, at university
right.
there.
Because that's where you love of water and
love of water, love of fish, obsession with these animals.
No way.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, I did quite well in school at maths and science. I enjoyed it. You know, a lot of fishing is science. So much of fishing is science. It is a science.
Well, that's one thing I first noticed when we got out together was your knowledge of watercraft.
Oh, mate.
And how in depth and the way you're thinking, your methodology behind your fishing.
Everything, including.
My mind doesn't work like that.
It goes completely down to planning my sessions and planning my life around it.
Yeah, all right.
You know, like. This time of year I'll be doing pike fishing when it warms up.
Yeah.
I've got a load of particle in the freezer that I've cooked for my carp fishing, for my pre-baiting, you know. My entire life revolves around getting that next bite. It is a drug, fishing itself, isn't it, really? It's that adrenaline, you're always wanting the next
like
take.
the time when you have perhaps like your conditions have sort of got on
when
top.
my heads fell off.
Yeah, you always come back to your fishing then?
Yeah, things have been really bad. Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's no point in even fishing, there's no point in doing this, I'm fed up of playing my games.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you have a few bad days, you'll notice one day, you never tend to notice when the bad days end, and there's never a technical like end. What happens is you just start going fishing again and start going back to normal. Like you never notice that one day where he's like, oh, I started feeling better that day. It's just like I started fishing, and next thing you know, I felt fine for a week. It definitely is one of them. If you've not been and you can't be bothered and it's doing your head in, just go and do what you love. If you love playing video games, play video games. If you love going fishing, just do what you love. If you're playing snooker or darts with your mates, going out for a drink, whatever, go and do what you love, see your friends, get back into what you do in your life, keep busy, don't think about things. It's not all doom and gloom.
Good advice, mate. Awesome advice.
It massively helped. I was having, as I say, I had a bit of a downer in August, September time. Yeah. Due to, I had a tough year in 2020, and then 2021, this September I went off work. Yeah. It got to about November and my head fell off again. Yeah. Does it just happen instantaneous? Is it overnight you wake up, or is it? Things happen. Is it gradually? Things happen, and then, or I can be thinking about something and I'll think about this thing in my life that's incomplete or that I don't quite like, or something that's happened, and it might eat at me for a week and I keep putting it to the back of my mind, and then one night I might not have had a good day and it'll just get to me, and it'll be. But you've just got to think about those positives in life and what you've got to look forward to. Yeah, nice. You know what I mean? No use crying over spilt milk. Yeah. And it definitely helped me. I went on a massive fishing spree from Christmas Eve. Didn't go Christmas Day, obviously. Went Boxing Day. And I think I went every day until about the 3rd of the new year. So from Christmas Eve pretty much right through until the new year with like 2 days off. And I had about... That's some hardcore winter fishing, mate. Oh yeah, and I had about 17 pike, 2 perch over £2, a 3-pounder, had some mega fishing, and I was just found me again. I got back to me again. Good on you. Love it. So yeah, got to tell us this story. This is a belting story. So the reason Ricky Heaton went on, our ambassador, went on the big fish off with Ali Hamidi was because of you. Yeah, it was. I've heard him tell the story. Let's hear your version of events. So we're going to start from my complete version of events side of it. Obviously, I stay at my dad's every weekend. I'm about 18, 19 at this point in my life. Yeah. And every Saturday morning I watch Thinking Tackle on the telly. Yeah. And then I'm out with my mates in Wetherspoons, and my dad FaceTimes me and he goes, guess who I'm with? And he's with Ali Hamidi, because he's been in town with Rick. Yeah. And Ali has approached him and he said, Ricky, I've just sent you an email, I want you on my show. And my dad has grabbed Ali and gone, Ali, you are my son's hero, do you know that? You're on the telly every Saturday. Yes. And that was it then. I was FaceTiming him, and I was actually out in Albert Hall that night. Yeah. All the lads was up for the Northern Angling show. I actually met Darryl Peck in Albert Hall. Right. He asked me for the way out, and I went, I know you. And he went, do you know carp fishing? And I was buzzing, it was Darryl Peck. And then the next day I met them all at the angling show. Right, okay. So me and my dad went up to see them all. It was brilliant. It was brilliant just to meet them all properly. So at what point did after this introduction then was the filming done? So then we organised, the filming of the big fish off was, I think it was June, maybe 2017 or 16. Right, and Ricky, that's what we were saying is, so he knew, obviously being good mates with your dad, that how much you love fishing and how much you looked up to Rick Ali. Said he was doing it for me. My dad was begging him to do it for me. I've heard him tell me that story. Yeah, and you know what, he is a top bloke for doing that, because he's not fished for you know, since before that, in efficiency was a young lad.
Good on him.
Oh, it's mega. You know, I got to be surrounded by my heroes and involved with the top 2 fishing companies going. Really, it was unbelievable.
And you still speak to Ali as well, don't you?
On a regular. He's a top bloke. You know, what a top
Good
guy.
on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I met some top people through it.
See, you know, you just live and breathe it, don't you, mate? You can tell.
It is.
It is your life.
I wouldn't know what to do without it.
You definitely going to have to come volunteering with us at some
100%,
point.
100%, because one of the things I actually love the most is teaching fishing.
Yeah. And is that why you work in the shop, because you like to pass that knowledge on as well?
Yeah.
Man.
I want everyone else to come back and say, oh, I caught this and that, and I did mint and I had a good time, and thank you. And
off the back of your knowledge.
Yeah. And all my friends that I do take with me, and some of them that have really, like, the fishing's come on miles. Some of them didn't believe in a bolt rig, you know, self-hooking lead. Some of them was like, how does that work? And I've just changed the fishing completely for so many people. And now,
good on you.
And now they're like, they come with me and we're all on top of our game. None of us, I don't need to help any of them anymore. And it's like fishing with like 4 different versions of me. Yeah. It is good.
No, you're an absolute star, mate. But thank you for being so open and honest.
Hey, cheers, pal. It's got to help. So if it helps one person,
I was going to say, if anybody watching this, you know, I'm sure you'll resonate with some people for sure.
Most definitely.
Anyone who's watching it and possibly having a difficult time themselves, what do you recommend to people from your experiences?
I would say speak to your friends and family, or speak to a professional. And most definitely just find what you love, what you do, things that make you happy. If it's music, if it's art, if it's TV, film, whatever, do your thing. And life's too short, you know. Don't let things bog you down. Mate. You know, break things down, little problems at a time. If you can't do this now, what can you do? If all you can do is relax and get a brew and stick some music on for the time being, then do that.
Mate, honestly, you're an inspiration, pal.
Yes, Dave.
Love you, mate.
Love
honestly,
it. I'm looking forward to it.
You're a legend. You're an absolute legend. Nice one.
Cheers, mate.
Quality.
Love it.